Hi Gemini, I hope you guys are doing great today. Let's get right into things. We're going to start with a yes/no spread. So remember, first of all, these are general messages. Take what resonates, throw out the rest. Please don't try to make them fit if they don't, right? Check your rising sun, moon sign, and Venus sign as well if you know them. Okay, so let's get right into this. Ask yourself a question. Now, same question 3 times consecutively in full sentence format, either aloud or to yourself. Keep your eyes on the card when you do it. Nice full belly breath. Deep in, breathe in. Exhale, breathe out. You want to keep your shoulders relaxed. Your energy is the most open that way. Okay, cards feel ready. I use the crystal visions for this. I'm not accepting reversals. See what the first card we have. We're going to pull 3. Card number 1, 3 of Wands is a yes. And then we're going to pull some qualifiers and then a Celtic cross spread and then Lenormand. Doing it a little differently this time. Guys, 2 of Cups, beautiful. Judgment. So the idea here is the answer is absolutely yes. It is yes. Something needs to be gone through, though. You do need to go through a little something. The Judgment is a beautiful energy, but it's the recognition that a decision needs to be made and forgiveness needs to be had so that something can transform. Wow, we have the 2 of Cups and the 3 of Wands. Gemini, I feel like there's like a new beginning in a particular area of your life right now. Now, we do have on the 2nd of September, we have the full moon in Pisces. It's going to be happening in your 10th house of career. So some of you guys may be realizing something, some sort of epiphany, something coming to some sort of culmination having to do with your 10th house of career. And when we're talking about this energy, it really is a very tight aspect with Neptune. So you might be feeling something calling you forward, pulling you forward, having to do with your career. But when you get a little closer, you realize that it might be a little bit of smoke and mirrors. Something may end up not being exactly what you thought initially. But this is a quick energy. It's quick. You're going to feel very creative. You're going to feel very loving. You're going to feel very open. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to what's there because it's Neptune, full moon in Pisces. But I do want to say that this full moon, just because it's in your 10th, I do want to just say, I'm going to be doing the astrology the end of the week. I'm going to keep that separate. But I do want to say that this full moon is very hopeful for business. It really is, because we have a tight aspect with, there's a beautiful, 3 of the earth signs are going to be in harmony. We're going to have the Sun in Virgo, Uranus and Taurus, and Jupiter and Capricorn. It's going to be really, really nice for this particular full moon. Jupiter is going to be slowing down, coming out of retrograde. So I do like that. Not coming out of retrograde until the 12th, though. We'll talk about that next week. But let's pull some qualifying energies for these. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, I kind of vibed that we were going to get the Devil with the Judgment. Isn't that funny? So, all right, let's talk about my favorite minor arcana, which is the 3 of Wands. Great energy, Sun in Aries. This is you being called forward to on a new path, Gemini. You just are. There is this sort of it's I'm not even going to say a door is closing behind you and a new one is opening in front of you. It's like you're in this new hallway. Can we call it a hallway? Let's call it a hallway. Because you're not walking through a door yet, but you're certainly not where you were 6 months ago. You're just not. And if you are physically, you're not mentally and emotionally, right? Because we have the north node of the moon is Gemini now, right? So you're being called forth. This is a really good energy as far as either getting a new job, having an epiphany for a new career, moving forward in a relationship with someone, deciding to move into that next energy, right? It's after the 2 of Wands, which is like somebody saying, come on, let's go do this, right? It's having this passion. We have the 9 of Wands energy. The 9 of Wands is a position of power. I'm not mad at this at all. You've been through a lot. You're in a power position, though. This is keeping your ducks in a row, really focusing on I just is like that can definitely be like a scattered kind of unclear energy. You just want to make sure you're keeping all your wands upright, right? You don't want to end up in the 10 of Wands energy. And this is recognizing that you've been through a lot, but you still have fire in your belly for it. Now, whatever it is, if it's that relationship, if it's a job, if it's the area of a career, if it's your major, right? Obviously, we have all kinds of Geminis out there in different parts of their life right now, but we have it along with the Knight of Swords. So I mean, I do like this energy. Knight of Swords is a Taurus and Gemini energy, even though the Knight of Swords is a conflict energy. There is conflict here, but what's being born out of this conflict is this, all right, you're going to have this wherewithal to deal with this whatever nonsense you're going to have to deal with whatever situation it is. If it has to do with work, if it has to do with relationship, if it has to do with some sort of transaction. So for some of you, this could be, and I'm only saying this because we do have a lot of 8th house energy happening for Gemini right now too, which has to do with how we show up with other people. It has to do with, like contracts, right? So if you're selling a property, if you're buying a property, if insurance payouts, tax payout, blending finances with another, anything like that, there could be conflict here. There could be conflict. But the thing is, I see there being resolution. Now, the resolution is going to be whatever is meant for your highest good. It really, really is. Now, we do have this 2 of Cups energy, which is making this agreement with somebody that you guys are going to do something in a committed way that's going to really help to level you each up together as a unit. So this can be a relationship. This can also be a business partnership. This could also be some sort of family connection or friendship where there's this resolve to do something. It's like, yeah, you're committing to each other. This is like the energy of commitment. Like no more playing around. Like, let's really do this. And when we get it with the Page energy, a Page indicates a new cycle. And this is a very excited energy. It's a young energy as well, I do have to say. So Gemini, I feel like you're getting into a part of your life right now where there's a lot of new, right? Because we have, we have this 3 of Wands. It's like there's a new path. It's a new path that's calling you forward. You're not even looking back. That's the thing. It's like, bye yesterday, like seriously. But the Page is the Page energies are the young and of the court, right? And so this can be you. So this can be you feeling very excited about getting onto this new path. Or this could be an energy that you're dealing with. Maybe you met somebody new and they're very, very attractive, and you have there's a lot of heavy sparks there, but maybe they're not 100% mature. You just want to be careful that their walk matches their talk whenever we have this kind of energy. But this could also be a general vibe of just excitement. You don't know what you're excited about, but it's going to be different than what you're in right now, and you feel this funny kind of excitement about it, even though you're really not sure what it's all supposed to look like, but you feel it. Look at that 7 of Pentacles, nice. Saturn and Taurus. So the thing is, whatever you're starting right now is going to require a lot of work. That relationship is going to require a lot of work. That new job, whatever it is, but man is the blessing on the other side. Guys, I always say this is where the 4 of the worlds and the 3 of the Trinity meet. It literally is where heaven and earth meet. There's a blessing here, an inherent blessing having to do with this new cycle that you're going on. So I really like that. Now let's talk about whatever needs forgiveness here. Judgment is a Pluto energy. It's about transformation. And in order to have a healthy transformation, in order for there to be the death of something and the rebirth of something else, there needs to be, in a healthy way, there needs to be a release. There needs to be forgiveness. If it's real, you don't want to layer pain on top of other things, right? So the Judgment energy really is about looking back at your position and your role in something and recognizing that you and the people that you were involved with, everyone did the best that they could. Everyone worked with the tools in their toolbox that they had at the time. Maybe the tools were broken, maybe the tools were lacking, whatever it is, but everybody was working with what they had at the time. And even if in retrospect, you were not treated well, or maybe you didn't treat someone the best, you did what you thought to be the right thing, as did they at that point. And now it's time to forgive. The past is done. You don't have to go back to that. You don't have to forget it. but you don't have to hold on to it either, because that doesn't really serve anyone, right? Now, for those of you resonating with this as far as a relationship goes, we have the Wheel of Fortune here. With the Wheel of Fortune in relationship does indicate a reconnection. Now, for some of you, you may be meeting someone new where your Judgment, Pluto, transformation, did the best I could in that relationship. It's done now. Now you're meeting somebody new. Could be. But I do feel like for most of you, you're going to be resonating with this. If it has to do with a relationship, the reconnection of either somebody from the past or entering a new phase in your relationship. But this is a very important thing here. If you don't work the Judgment energy right, the Wheel of Fortune is not going to go well, because this is the thing. If it's a relationship and you have to work too hard at it, if you find yourself making excuses for the person, if you find yourself in a space where you have to chase them for communication, there's something that you can't put your finger on, but you don't feel right when you're with them. You feel like something's missing and you can't quite pin it. This is probably not a good connection for you. It's probably not. You know, Jupiter blesses what is organically going to sort of unfold and be revisited. Because maybe the last time you guys were together, there was like a lot of nonsense involved, right? Poor communication, maybe last time. Maybe the timing was off last time. Whatever it is. But this time, if you guys are meant to work it out, you're going to work it out and it's going to be blessed. If it's not going to be blessed. That's the thing. Okay? You just need to understand that. Now, very positive energy for business. Those of you who are really looking to transform and go into business, really, really good. But you just have to check wherever the imbalance is. Now, the Devil energy can be imbalance having to do with finances. This could be any sort of addiction, drinking situation. So maybe one of you or both of you, they do whatever, has some sort of drinking problem, some sort of drug problem, spending problem, any sort of addiction. And we could be addicted to a fear of abandonment. We could be addicted to fear of commitment. We could be addicted to egotism, gaslighting, and, anything like that. Wherever there is an imbalance that gets in the way of the relationship being really healthy, that's what we have to look at here with the Devil energy. And that really does need consideration, because I do feel like there can be forgiveness. Now, is the forgiveness going to be happening because of the imbalance? Well, I would have preferred to get that in the reverse, to be honest with you, because then the shackles can't stay on. The shackles fall off when the Devil energy is in reverse. So this needs addressing. If this thing is really going to transform, if this has to do with a relationship, if this has to do with a business connection, if you're in business with somebody who really might have their own version of what the right thing to do is with money, if you know what I mean, or of communication. Communication is so important when we're in business with people, right? So, addressing where things are off kilter when you're in the Judgment energy, it's really important, because if you don't have that, Jupiter's not going to bring the blessing here. But this is very divinely guided. But something needs addressing for sure. And then these will be straight yeses. So, yeah. Okay. So let's pull this over here. And now let's pull a Celtic cross spread. So this was the Crystal Visions Tarot. Trying to get into the habit. It's very challenging for me because I forget. I don't know why. Just tell the cards. And now we're going to use the Lightseer Tarot. So if you guys like these, it's called the Lightseer Tarot. Beautiful deck. I love it. It's so colorful. And I like that it has like all different ethnicities in it, and the stock is good for those of you who are readers. It's like a nice firm, you get a nice firm shuffle with it. Okay. The world is the situation, Gemini. Yay. Oh, to cross with the Seven of Swords. What? All right. We'll talk about it. Best to be achieved. Three of Pentacles, building with somebody. Building something. Doesn't even have to be with somebody. Mars and Capricorn. Chariot is the foundation. Moving away from toxicity. The Page of Swords in your recent past. Some sort of truth coming in. Knight of Wands is your near future. Beautiful. You right now, Four of Pentacles. Yeah, focusing on your money right now. The devil energy is the energy that's surrounding you. Gem, maybe you're the one who has some sort of, something that you need addressing where the imbalance is. You can figure that out. Or it could just be, if you're living with the person, it's your environment, right? Six of Swords in your fear. Afraid of moving away from the toxicity. King of Swords is the outcome. Wow. All right. I mean, it ends really well. So let's talk about this. Page of Swords coming into this. So this is either you had an epiphany. Page of Swords is an epiphany. It's communication coming in. You're reaching out to somebody reaching out to you. Maybe somebody that, and this is an early communication. It's a new communication, but it could be inciting a new cycle. So maybe you knew the person once upon a time, and this is a new cycle because it's a page, it's not an ace, right? But whatever it is, it's information that's coming in that's illuminating something having to do with either a relationship, current relationship, past relationship, a business opportunity, some sort of job, something like that. But some sort of information coming in. Situation right now, yeah, we have the world. I mean, the world is amazing. The world is about being on the right path, really everything coming together. And Gemini, you having worked really hard up to this point to put things right for yourself, to put things right in your life. You have the battle scars to prove it, right? But then we have the Seven of Swords crossing. The Seven of Swords, I always call this, a lot of readers just say that this is the card of thievery, but there are many ways that we can be a thief, right? Or that people can be thieves towards us. This is a moon in Aquarius energy. So the moon is I feel, and it's things that are underneath the surface, and it's in Aquarius, which is all about different than what I'm showing you. Moon in Aquarius. So there's somebody wearing a mask here. Now, this could be you, Gemini, needing to play somebody at their own game for a minute. You know what I mean? Like if somebody's not doing the right thing by you, you need to play them at their own game for a minute. You being in a space where it's like, and not that you're going for tit for tat, it's not like that at all. I'm not saying that. It's because you don't have all the information yet. You're really not sure what to do, but you feel like something is amiss. Okay, that's going to resonate with some of you. Others of you, there's no malice here whatsoever. You may be in a situation where either you are or you're dealing with somebody who just doesn't fully know what they want, what they feel, or what the future's going to bring. So rather than sabotaging anything in the moment, they're trying to live in the present. Maybe it's you, maybe it's them, maybe it's a little bit of both of you. You're trying to live in the present the best that you can until there's more information available about where this relationship is going, where this job is going, because so many of us are in a stalled position, period. Doesn't matter what sign, doesn't matter what houses we're talking about, right? So this could be, it's like, you have this amazing energy there, but something's getting in the way because you don't have all the information. You don't want to say one way or the other because you just don't know. But the best to be achieved out of the situation is the Three of Pentacles, which is great. This is Mars and Capricorn. I call this the Architect card. It's just about really putting in a fresh set of eyes and a willingness to put your work into something to create a new phase of your life. I mean, literally, I call it the Architect card because it is the energy of, look, it's the traffic lights, right? It's like, and the kids are building and playing, whatever. But it really is a green light, right? It should just be a green light here where, what do you do? What does an architect do? An architect draws plans, gives it to the contractor and says, build this now because I'm going to work in this, or I'm going to live in this, or I'm going to do something with this, right? So it's literally planning. It's a lot of planning and putting your ducks in a row. Now, either having to do with building a business in a new career, so maybe you're starting a new career and you're getting the lay of the land. Really good stuff, though. If this has to do with a relationship, it's like, okay, we're going to do this together. Let's plan. Where are we going to live? How is this going to go? Really, like this comes before the Four of Wands, right? Think about the Four of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, right? And what is the Four of Pentacles? It is about putting your hard work and having it starting to pay off and saving your money. And it's about, trying to, still in a mode of self-protection, but you guys are in a space of sharing. So we have to have the Three of Pentacles before we have the Four of Pentacles. Now the foundation here is the Chariot energy, which is about moving away from toxicity and towards something that's healthier for you. Now this is connected to Cancer, and Cancer is the 4th house of home. You know, feeling grounded, connected, having all that stuff, right? So I do feel like whatever it is that you're working towards, it's to move away from toxicity. But again, Gemini, I feel like you're in something and you're feeling a lot of different things, but I feel like you might not be opening your mouth about it entirely. You might be keeping some things under wraps in the moon energy. Oh, and then we have the Four of Pentacle energy. I just realized this. Yeah, that's interesting. This is you right now. So for a lot of you, I feel like you're putting your energies into something and it's starting to pay off. Now, you haven't arrived yet. So some of you may be watching your money. Some of you may be in a mode of self-protection. You might be in a little bit of both, watching money and in a mode of self-protection right now in your life. Because you've been through a lot, you feel the change is happening, and you don't want to screw up. You don't want to make any mistakes. You don't want to put the cart before the horse with anything. You don't want to do that. But at the same time, because of these energies, we don't have all the information. Can't say that enough. So the Devil energy is the energy that's surrounding you. So this is your environment. It's the Devil. So the Devil is lust and greed. It could be any sort of addiction issue, drinking too much, doing drugs, addiction to shopping, addiction to sex, addiction to food, any sort of like obsessive disorder, anxiety and depression that's going unchecked and untreated, that's becoming an issue in the relationship. Again, fear of abandonment, fear of commitment, anything like that. It's Devil energy here. Needs to be addressed. Keeps coming up, right? And then we have the Six of Swords in your fear position. So it's like you're afraid of releasing. You're afraid of releasing the toxicity. Even though you know it's not good for you, there's something you're afraid of releasing. There's like a weird kind of weird. That's mean of me to say. But it is kind of, I mean, just because it's weird because it's contrary to what we should do a lot of the times, where it's a holding on to something that you know has reached its expiration date, even if it's just a mode of thinking. It doesn't necessarily have to be a person or a job or whatever it is, but it's like you're afraid of releasing it. Maybe you've been doing a job for a really long time and you're just so scared to change now, or you've been, committed in this relationship, or maybe you started a new relationship and you don't want to have to, and it's not feeling right, but you don't want to have to end it. You just don't want to have to go through that, right? And it's interesting too, because this position is, I feel like it's one and the same, where it's a hope, but it's a fear. So it's like you want to move away from the toxicity, but you're afraid to move away from the toxicity. You know what I mean? So it's the kind of thing. Then we have, though, the final outcome card is the King of Swords. And this is, I love this for you, because this is you allowing your fabulous mental faculties to rule over your heart right now, which you kind of have to do, because the energies are so weird right now that we might think we know, and this is not because you're a Gemini, this is like all the signs, might think you know what you want one minute, and literally 2 days later, everything can look different. It's a very interesting time that we're in right now. So really relying on your mind, relying on your intellect right now, Gemini, because whatever it's telling you is right on. And don't allow emotions to wash over you, or don't allow your emotions to put rose-colored glasses on you. Stay very grounded in reality, right? Because swords is not only communication and words, it's reality. It's reality. Yeah. And it's reality that, and this is all about focusing on your future and realizing what it is that you need to do. Now, some of you are really going to make the decision to take a different path in your job, because quite literally, the King of Swords is Capricorn and Aquarius energy. Capricorn is the landlord of the 10th house of career, and Aquarius is about the future, right? Aquarius is also about your goals and wishes. It's about your friends and community and all of that, but it's about your goals and your wishes. So it's doing something that's different to work towards allowing your goals and wishes to come to fruition, and not looking to anyone else to fill that bucket for you, but you knowing that you need to fill it yourself, you know? And that's a really powerful energy to be in. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Scorpio and Sagittarius. So this could be you. This could be an energy that you mean. It could just be the general energetic influence. As a general influence, this is a very exciting energy. It's about you recognizing situations that you feel very passionate about, you meeting different people, you starting, it's like not only one thing though. The Knight comes in with this type of aggressiveness, and as a general influence, I'm saying, where you're suddenly going to be meeting people and getting involved in things that are just going to be sparking your interests and your passions, which is really great. Now, for others of you, this can indicate that you're really connecting very strongly with somebody. So this could be a relationship that you started and you're feeling very drawn and very passionate and very excited about moving forward on this path with them. So it's a Scorpio and Sagittarius energy, right? So you can look at this a couple of ways. Scorpio does rule sex. So for some of you, this could indicate you're meeting somebody who you're very, very attracted to, and you really want to move forward with them. You know, for others of you, this could indicate, now I'm only saying this because it's literally right next to the devil energy. You want to make sure that they're not a player, that they're not doing a little something that they shouldn't be doing within the relationship. I do have to say that, right? Because part of the devil energy is lust. And the Knight of Wands, the Wands is a phallic symbol, and it's a Scorpio and Sagittarius energy, and Scorpio does rule sex. Scorpio also rules transformation, though. So this can easily be, you know, in that sword energy here, you realizing that you want this new beginning with somebody, you know, that you're very attracted and very excited at the prospect of moving forward with them. There's something very exciting about them for you. So again, having to do with the cheating energy, guys, don't try to make it fit if that's not your message. You're going to vibe if it is. If somebody's like a little like left to center, if something's not feeling right, you're going to know. You're going to know what I mean. You're going to be able to feel it. Okay? All right, so let's pull some Lenormand. And then we'll throw some Astro cards. Let's see what we need to know from the Lenormand. Spirit, anything that Gemini needs to know. Anything they need to know. Time. Something, whatever we're going to get a message about, there's this time element for you, Gemini. You're feeling very aware of time. And particularly if you don't feel like you're firmly grounded in something, some sort of information is going to come in. This could be from, and this is a trusted piece of information. This isn't like gossip. So this is like either an elder in your family, a really good friend, a partner, a therapist. This is like really good stuff. Or this can be a very, very clear epiphany that could be coming from somebody from the other side who's gone home, who loves you, you know, a parent maybe who's passed or whatever. Okay, and then we have the clouds and the sun. Okay, let's just keep pulling for, okay. Good. Yeah, but I feel like I mean, this gives me like the first half of it. I feel like you're very aware of time, and do you feel as grounded as you want to feel? And you're very aware of, do I or don't I? And this message is going to come in that's really going to create some conflict for you. But that conflict is going to end up creating resolution, which we need a lot of the time, right? This is literally like an air clearing card. And then we have the heart, which is all about happiness and love on the other side of it. So really, let me just pull another couple of cards just to say the dog. Okay, perfect. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, this is more of the same of that. I mean, the dog can literally just be a trusted friend, a confidant, a therapist again, or you just knowing intuitively what it is that you really need to do, and you being your own best friend. And when we have the mountain, it just means that there's an obstacle here that you need to go through. I mean, it's nothing bad. It literally, there is another side of the mountain that you will be able to climb and get beyond. But when we have the clover with the obstacle, this is just all going to be very positive for you. So, but this is a very important energy here, is this idea of the owl. Some sort of message is going to be coming in for you, Gemini. Either somebody reaching out to you, or you just talking something over with somebody that you're feeling, and just things kind of clicking into place, falling into place for you. So I do like that. Oh, wow. Yeah, nice. We have Cancer. We have Cancer, 4th house. And we have Venus. Venus is 2nd house, 7th house, having to do with love, money, self-worth. And recognizing that it's very important for you to have a very developed sense of self-worth and autonomy in order for you to feel firmly footed, grounded, and safe in whatever it is that you're in. The worst energy right now for Geminis is to be codependent. Right now, it's very important for Geminis to be very autonomous. This is the next level of evolution for the Gemini. A lot of Geminis are already autonomous. You know what I'm saying? It's about taking that area in your life and really developing it. We all have that area that we need to further develop. Let's see what house we have to tap into. Who do we need help from? 12th house, escape. This is also where we dream. This is where we dream. But this could be an energy that's very relevant right now, especially since we got the devil energy. And the devil energy is, even though the devil is Capricorn and the 12th house is Pisces, 12th house is all about, this is where escapism hangs out and addictions. You know, so just something to keep in mind. Okay. And again, that could be the energy that you're dealing with from somebody else, whatever, you know. Jupiter, nice. Jupiter is all about expansion, enthusiasm, optimism, generosity, benevolence, luck, seeking, lectures, foreign cultures, teaching, pilgrimage, chance, expansion, exploration, potential. Beautiful. And you're very focused on that. You're very focused on expanding what it is that you need in order to feel the safe and security and having the roots thrown down once and for all. You're tired of wasting time. You don't want to do it anymore. Yeah. All right, my friends, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.